Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. A very good morning. So, welcome back. We'll again start with the decision making. What is decision and why decision making is important? If we just talk about the importance of decision making, what do you think? Why decision making is important? Why decision making is important?
Um, Maybe because, ma'am, it helps to tackle the problem, or it helps us to take a corrective decision without thinking about it. It gives us like a confident decision about a particular thing.
Are you sure we can take decision without thinking about it?
I mean, decision making is something like while we are like thinking about the problems, what should be the solution for it. We are making, ma'am.
Okay, if you are saying that we are thinking about the problem, then how it is different from decision? There are two different terms. One is decision making and second is decision.
So decision making, ma'am, and that we are like still we are like finding a best alternative which can help out in that situation. And decision is something which we have whatever the decision we have taken. I mean, we have made for the particular problem. We are applying on it.
Okay, applying doesn't come in decision making or decision, but
I
yes,
mean,
that is
we are taking decision.
yes, that is right. Decision making, it is a process in which many different steps are involved. And
Yeah.
once we finalize one alternative, that is the decision, and that is what we are going to implement in the problem. That is decision. Decision is not a process. Okay, that
Yeah.
is the ultimate thing which we have already selected. Okay, so today, before going with the importance, we'll discuss about the C's in decision making. What do you think? What are the different C's which can be in decision making?
Mm, um. See. Corrective
Just
action.
think. Okay, corrective action.
Then.
Just think natural. Just think. Keep it this thing in mind that you are supposed to make a decision. So, what all things you are going to consider? Like when we talk about communication, we have different C's, right? 7 C's are there in communication. Same way, what are the things which we have to keep in mind when we are taking the decision?
Control.
What we are going to control? Okay, first thing.
Like.
What is the first thing which should be there in with us when we are making a decision?
Uh,
Information.
yeah.
How we are going to get that information? We are going to collect the information.
Okay. Collect the information. Okay.
Now, if you have different information, we have to bring them into one structure, right? We have to construct
Yeah.
a structure for that information.
Yeah.
Then we'll be compiling all of them together. We'll be bringing all of them together so that we can decide, we can find out the best possible solution for the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with the 6 C's of decision making. The first is construct. What we are going to construct? A clear picture, precisely what must be decided. Now, at least we should know what is the problem, for what we are supposed to make a decision, take a decision, for what we are supposed to find out the different alternative. Decision making is something which we can only do when we have different alternatives, right? But
Yeah.
all those alternatives should be related to that problem,
Okay.
right? So we should have that clear picture in front of us that yes, this is the problem for which we have to find a solution. A clear picture, when it is there, then only we can have the clear solution and the best possible alternate to solve that problem. For example, think of a new working location in your mind. Now the picture which you have is you have to think of a New working location. So when you have this thing in your mind, now you will find out different things like what is the best location, uh, while choosing the location, what all things we need to keep in mind. Like if our business is customer oriented, so we have to select a location where we will get lot of customers.
Yeah, more customers, and where the product is in demand.
Yes, we have to check the need of the customer, the demand of those
What's in
customers.
trend? What's in trend over there? Yeah.
Seeing all these factors, then only we can decide the new working location. And for that, what was the first thing? We need to have a clear picture that yes, we have to work on deciding a new location. Other examples can be, you want to know exactly what needs to be decided, having a clear picture of the need. Are you deciding to move or drive to a job site 2 hours from home? Now, this decision is related to your job. If all of a sudden you get a new job opportunity, and in the job description, you see one line which says you will have to travel frequently to the site. So before taking the decision of applying or going for the interview, you should have very clear mindset that are you okay to travel 2 hours daily for that job, or once in a week, twice a week for that job. Once you go with the interview and after clearing all the rounds with the HR, when he or she is again telling you the same thing, there you deny, then it's of no use, because that was already been informed that this is the need for this job. You should do. So before taking the decision of going with the interview, you should have a clear thing in your mind that yes, I'm okay to do that, and that's the reason I'll be going for this job. Last, be crystal clear about the choice you need to make. A clear choice should be made. The decision which you have selected should be clear, and there should be no scope of question mark in that, because you are taking everything into consideration and then you are making your choice. Once you have made the choice, you should not change that until and unless the circumstances, the situation doesn't want you to change. Like if you have the same things in front of you, on basis of which you have selected the decision, on basis of which you have made a decision, that should not be changed. That this was the first C in decision making, that is construct a clear picture. Second is compile. Make a list of requirements which must be met. Now, if you are taking a decision, if you are deciding to do a job, then what are the requirements? Like why you are going for the job? There might be salary, you want to satisfy your need, your family need, you want to give them a better life. That is the reason for which you will be going for the job, right? So you should have a clear list of the requirements, that these are the things I want to meet, and that's why I have taken this specific decision. The list will include your facts and all the things, whatever is there in your mind. Like if you are doing this job to satisfy your self actualization or self safety need, so all these things should be there, that yes, if I'm going to choose this job, my self actualization or my safety needs will be fulfilled by selecting this job. So clear picture of the requirement which you have in your mind are meeting or not. Collect. Now what you have to collect? Obviously information. When we are
Yeah.
making the decision, that is the main thing which we require. Collect information on alternatives to the decision you are facing. Now, what is exactly collecting information? Just the broad heading that yes, if we are supposed to make a decision related to the marketing strategy, marketing a new product. So what information we have to collect for that? If I give you a
Um.
situation
Yeah.
that today you have to decide a marketing strategy of a new product which we will be launching next month, that is in September we are launching our new product, how you are going to market that product. So for that you have to tell me the basic steps. from the beginning that what all steps you will take to decide the best marketing strategy.
Okay. So next month we are we will for me, as of me, I will think that in the market, what has been trending, what were people's choice, like way of
You
buying, or
no, Valmukund, you don't have that option because your product is already there. You are not deciding which product to produce, which product to manufacture. Your product
okay,
is ready. Now you
okay.
have to sell that product in the market. You have to generate that need in the market. So that is marketing strategy, what you have to decide. So how you are going to decide that?
So if the product is ready, I just need to put in the market. So we can start with advertising the products to that place.
How? That is what I'm asking. How?
Yeah.
How you are
Like
going to do that?
advertising by through internet advertising, then posters, and like pamphlets and all on TV ads.
Okay, wait. Okay, here what we were discussing, that you have to collect the information. Now you have directly jumped to the final decision. There were
Select a
all this
location, ma'am.
selecting a location. Okay,
Location.
location for what? We have to
Ma'am, like,
market our product.
yeah, first of all, we'll select a location where
We
the
already
where there is a where there are more people traveling here and there, so that they can stand there and there they can start giving the advertisement, promoting the product.
Okay. Again, most important thing you both of you are missing. Collect information. Do you know about that product? I simply told you that you have to market a product. What's that product? No one asked me that. So information you have not collected. If you don't have the information, how you are going to select the best alternate to market that product? Whom you are going to target? Are you going to target the youth? You will be targeting the old age people. You will be targeting the children. You will be targeting males. You will be targeting females. Whom you are going to target? You don't know that. So just entering into the market without getting having the information, deciding on the thing that this is how we are going to promote, we are going to market. Do you think you will get that success? Your marketing strategy will actually work for that product?
No, ma'am.
Then first thing is you need to collect the information about that product. Then you have to tell me the alternatives. Neither you told the collected the information. Now you have selected the had all the alternatives in front of you. How you're going to make the decision? It was something which is already running in the market, which we are seeing that yes, people are distributing the pamphlets. We take the pamphlets and we decided that we'll do the same thing. That is not how we make a decision in the organization where you are working as a part of marketing team. You have to get the detailed information about the product so that you can decide about the target audience. Then you have to start working on finding the alternatives. You'll have to discuss with your team that what do you think? What is the best way to market a product? For example, the product is a beauty product. So who usually use these beauty products? Youngsters,
women.
youth, yes, women, the
Yeah.
youth. You need to target them. Now you have a clear picture that the product is beauty product. The target audience is the youth, the women's especially. Now you have to decide about the alternatives, how you can approach them, how you can select, how you can market your product with them. So for the next important thing is collecting the information. Without information, you cannot make any type of decision, right? Second, consider options you have not explored that are relevant to the situation and that meet the requirement for your compiled list. Now, in your compile list, you already might have shown that yes, this is for women, as the targeted audience is women's. Next, these are the possible options, alternate. You know, if even if you have not explored, you have not worked on any specific marketing strategy, like your company has never given free samples, but studying the market, you have analyzed, your team has analyzed that when we give free sample, there is more scope of getting the customers, like at least for once they'll buy. Or if we go with giving free gift with a minimum shopping amount to a genuine customer who trust our brand, that may also work. So this is how you have to find out all the possible alternatives, and then only you can make your decision. So collect the information for the alternatives, about the product, about the market, and then come jump to the conclusion. For example, in the case of job, you could consider turning it down, living away from home, and renting during the week, waiting for the school year to be over before moving, etc. Now, when you are considering a job, when you just want to start the job, like Balmukun, you went for the interview. What did you do? You just waited. You have given the interview. You were selected. But for what you waited? Let me finish off my education. Let me get my degree, and then I'll enter into job, right? So when you select a job, that time also for now for college who are undergraduates who are still pursuing your education, you can just turn down the job. You can say, okay, I want to apply in these organizations, but I'll wait for my degree to come and then I'll start applying. But till that time, you have already collected the information that yes, these are the organization in which I'll be working. These are the different types of job in which I would like to apply. So you have collected the information, but you are waiting for the right time to apply. That is how you collect and you plan. Next, compare. Compare the alternative to the major choice. Now, alternatives we have already got, like for marketing job, we have already got the alternative, like we can go for hoardings, we can go for brochure, distribution of brochures or distribution of pamphlets. We can go for free sampling. We can go for gift to our genuine regular customer who buy minimum a minimum amount of products. Like for example, we can keep it 2000. If someone buy product worth rupees 2000, we will give a new product as a gift to them so that they can try that. Now here, why we are not going for free sampling? Because free sampling for free things, there might be a lot of people who will take your free sample, but actually they are not the genuine customer. So they might not turn as a customer for that product, right? There are a lot of chances for that. But if we are giving those samples to a genuine customer, the chances increases that yes, they already have trust on our brand. So definitely they are going to convert to our new launched product. So with that, seeing all the pros and cons of all the alternatives which we have selected, we make our choice. We don't just make one choice. We always have a primary plan, primary decision which we are going to apply. Along with that, it is always followed with the second decision, like if in case this decision fails, if in case the first marketing strategy failed, what is our backup? That is being proactive, right? You cannot go with the entire process of decision making if your strategy, if your selected alternative doesn't work. So it's always better to be ready with the backup plan in case the selected decision, selected alternative doesn't work. Consider what makes one better than other. Now here, detailed study, in-depth knowledge about each and every alternative is required. You should know each possible pros, positives, the advantages, and negatives of that possible solution. That if you go with this, what are the pros we are going to face? Now, when I'm talking about the advantages, disadvantages, or pros and cons, do we consider budget also as a part of that evaluation? Are we supposed to consider budget also when we are deciding on the alternative? Say budget, time, do we consider those things? Obviously, yes. No, when we are making the alternative, everything should be within the budget of the company. We cannot go for such kind of promotion which is exceeding our budget, or investing in using that strategy is more than the expected returns. When we select the alternate, we do check that yes, if we go with this marketing, if we go with distribution of free samples as a marketing strategy, then what is the cost we will be bearing? Like for example, if for a week we go with free distribution, this is the cost which we will incur. And what is the expected profit? What are the chances that those customer, if we are distributing 10,000 samples, what are the chances? What is the percentage that this percentage of people will turn to our genuine customers? That also we have to find. On basis of that, we will figure out that yes, is it worth it to invest this amount or not? So we should be working within the set budget. That should also be evaluated, and then decision should be made. Examine each choice from all angles, and all angles means the financial, the returns, the profit, the turnover, everything
With
should
all
be.
the aspects.
Yes, with all the aspects we have to take into consideration, we have to check everything, and then we have to decide. Maybe pre-product marketing strategy is good for the beauty product, but our company is very small. No, we don't have that much of budget that we can distribute free samples. So in that situation, we'll have to go with the next best possible alternative. Okay, here I have a question that there are 5 different marketing strategy alternatives, and we have just selected one alternate. So what do you think? The other 4 alternatives are negative, are bad, or what are they? Like they are not of any use?
But ma'am, those are not perfectly suitable for that particular situation, ma'am.
If I ask you about positive and negative decisions, okay, there are 5 decisions. One I have selected, and rest 4 I didn't select. They were rejected from my end. So for me, which is the positive decision and which all are the negative decisions?
Ma'am, what you have decision taken is positive for that situation, ma'am. But others aren't negative. It's just that they're not proper for that situation.
Okay, right. So yes,
We
when
might
we,
not get exact result with those alternatives.
right. So when we select a decision and when we reject some decision, the rejected decision doesn't mean that they are negative for all the situation. It just means for the situation, for the
Oh,
purpose for which we are selecting the decision, in that situation, those 4 rejected decisions act as a negative decision. Okay. Comparison. Next, after compare, we have the next, that is consider. What we have to consider while making the decision? It's same
The
as
consequences.
deciding the consequences, right? The positive, negatives of each of the possible alternative which you are choosing. And on basis of that only we select the best possible alternate. So consider everything. Consider the smallest thing which is going to affect your decision. You have to consider each and everything, then you have to make your choice. And this consideration happens in the process of decision making, not after selecting any specific decision. right? When the process, when we are evaluating, that time only we check about this consideration, like what are the positive sides, what are the negative sides of taking this decision. Ask what could go right and wrong for every idea on the table. So it's always better when you are making a decision, have group of people who have expert knowledge in that field to give you the clear picture of what is going to be right, positive if we take the decision, and what are the negatives of taking this specific decision. So when you are taking decision, when you are discussing about the alternatives, you need to have people from different segments. Like a person from finance can help you in setting up the budget. A person from sales can help you in letting you know that how much sale is possible on daily basis, how we can target more people. A person from production will give you a clear picture that this is the maximum quantity which we can produce on daily or monthly basis. When we are entering into the market, if all of sudden the demand increases for a product, we should be in a state to fulfill that demand. You cannot say that, okay, we have launched this product, but it was just to check whether people are accepting or not. And on basis of that, you cannot say that, okay, we'll get back this next lot of that product after 1 month. No, you should have the clear plan that if all of sudden the requirement increases, customer increases for our product, then how we are going to meet that challenge. For that also you need to be ready. Each and every step which you are taking should be planned. Decision is a very planned process. No, it's not something which you are selecting randomly. Like you might have heard many people saying, okay, I'm going to start a new enterprise. I'm going to start my own business. I'll start my job. But when it comes to practicality, they don't have the idea of starting the business. If they have the idea, they don't know how they are going to gather the funds, how they are going to invest in the business, who is going to invest in their business. So many things, they don't know many things. They simply take the decision of doing that specific thing. If you do something, if you decide something without proper planning, there are more chances that you will fail in that decision, in that thing which you have planned. Right. So it's always better to be planned, to see all positive and negatives. A person has just seen a business growing. He or she has just seen that, yes, my uncle or someone is doing a business and he is earning a good profit. Seeing that, he just assumed that, yes, business is all about generating profit. It's the only way where we can get lot of profit. So I'll enter into the business. He started the business, the same business which he saw was running in profit, started the business. But all of a sudden, he started having losses in that business. And for that, he was never prepared, because that negative side he has not seen. He has not considered that, yes, in business, for survival, we might have to face some challenges. We have to face risk. So business is all about risk-taking abilities. Those negatives he has not considered, and finally what happens? He or she will have to wind up that business. So if you are not considering all the points, then yes, the results which you are seeing, which you are forecasting, you will not get. Next, commit. Make a decision and go for it. Commit to your decision. Have commitment. If you have made the decision, if you have selected the alternative, put that into action. It's not just stops when you make a decision that, yes, this is my decision, this is the best possible alternative, and it's done. No. Now the actual work starts. Till now, it was the back end work which was going on, theoretical aspects, studying the market, your knowledge, your past experience. your future forecasting, all these things you have used to take the decision. Now, it's a time to be committed to your decision, to put your decision into action and check what are the results you are getting. Whether they are actually working as per what you have imagined or it's going the other way. Are you actually generating the profit? Is the market demand for our product increased or not? So all these things you will see when you will put that into action, and accordingly, if required, you might have to bring some changes in your decision making, in your implementation process. Decision will remain same, the strategy will remain same, but how you're going to implement, for that you might have to bring some changes. To be committed to the decision, go and follow your decision. Now, with this, we have completed the 6 C's of decision making. Now, next come importance of decision making. Why decision making is important? Why decision making? We all agree that for each and everything, like if I talk about 24 days, 24 hours in a day, in 24 hours, we take almost 15 to 20 decisions and we don't even realize that. Yes, do you know that?
Yeah.
Just recall your day and you will, yes, we take so many different decisions. The decision can just be as small as the first thing of the day, what should I do first? Should I go for a walk or should I have my breakfast?
Decision could be anything, right? Like related to anything.
Yes, it can be the smallest thing, like what to have in your breakfast. That is also a decision you are taking, right? What
Should I
I'm
breathe
going
or
to
not?
have. Yes. When I'm going to have my breakfast, that is again a decision. At what time I'm going to leave for my office, that is again a decision. So decision is everywhere, everywhere. And you will see that you always have alternatives. Like if I talk about what to have in breakfast, then you might be having two to three different alternatives. Then only you can take a decision. If someone just serve you one dish, you don't have any option. Will you say that I took a decision of having this as the breakfast? Can you say that I took a decision of having dosa in my breakfast when I was not having any other alternative? Is that a decision? Is that a decision of selecting dosa in your breakfast? Definitely not, because you don't have any option. But yes, it is a decision to have it or not. That is a decision which you take. So decision is an internal part of our day-to-day life, which we keep on taking at every point, every moment in our life. Now, importance of decision making. First is achievement of goals and objectives. It is important in achieving goals of the organization in given time and budget. Now, it is very important to take decision when you want to achieve goals of the organization. See, as a subordinate, as the employees, if the goal is not decided, there is no set goal of the organization, how you are going to achieve that thing? So the superiors, the managers, the leaders should tell you that yes, the company's decision is to work on this specific goal, and for that, we all will be working. Time, budget, everything should be decided and everything should be intimated, should be informed, communicated to the respective departments. So for achieving the goals, objectives, decision making is very important. Search for the best alternative. Now, for achieving the goals, we select the best alternative, best way by which we can achieve those goals. Utilize the resources properly. How we are going to utilize the resources? See, resources is not just about the things which are available in the office. It is also about utilizing your human resources properly. one of the survey says that maximum cost is incurred on the humans, on the human resources. That is the salary, that is the training which they give to the employees, the salary they are paying to us, the investment they are doing on giving us a better and a safe environment for working. So you need to utilize your human resource properly. How? If for a task only two persons are required, don't assign three different individuals for performing that task. This way, you are reducing the efficiency of the individual, and one person whom you can utilize for other project is being packed with the same project which can be accomplished by two different individuals only. So you have to utilize each and every resource, especially the human resource, properly. Satisfy the employees at workplace. Now, for this also you have to make the decision like how you are going to satisfy the employees, because it is being observed that the satisfied employees gives you best result, work with 100% efficiency, and finishes of the work within time. No, we need satisfied employees. If employees are not satisfied with the organization, with the working of the organization, for them, if they stop enjoying, if they stop loving the culture of the organization, then it will ultimately affect their efficiency, and which is going to increase your cost. If the efficiency reduces, the time will be more. You won't be able to achieve your goals on time, your objectives on time. So ultimately, your organization will be affected if the employees are not satisfied. So while taking any kind of decision, you have to consider few points, like you are not overloading the employees. You are not asking them for extra hours, which for which they are not comfortable. So you have to keep in mind the employee satisfaction also when you are setting any objective, any goals on which they will be working. Next, employee motivation. It provides an overall framework of operations and guideline to the operating staff. How they'll be working, what are the guidelines, when they will be giving the rewards, when we are going to go with the promotions. So all these things act as a motivation for employees. So you should have a clear guideline of how the operating staff will work and how they will be getting rewards, promotions, recognitions within the organization. It provides different types of facilities and benefits on time. The benefits, the facilities, every employee in the organization want those benefits and facilities. So what all things will be providing, you should tell them. And for that, decision should be made. All of a sudden a leader comes and says, if you will achieve this, if you will finish up this objective, this goal on time, the company is going to reward you with a gift voucher. At least for this, decision need to be made by the superior, by the managers. If you commit something and if you don't be on that commitment, saying that the management is now not agreeing with that, so these decisions are not good. At least have the clear picture and then commit something. So always have everything very clear, that when we are going to benefit the employees, what benefits we will be providing, what facilities we will be providing. Next is, as a result, employee feel motivated at work and increase productivity. When they have those clear rules, regulation, guidelines, benefits, facilities in front of them, they'll be feeling motivated. They just want to achieve those things, and that act as a motivation. Now, it can be many different things. It can be your promotion, it can be your job security, it can be your recognition, your appreciation, your monetary rewards, non-monetary rewards. It can be anything, because for every individual, motivation source is different. So you can come up with any of those policies, any of those benefits which helps an employee to be motivated and to give their best. Now, these two decision-making importance we have discussed. There are few more which we are going to discuss in the next session of decision-making. If you have any doubt till here, just ask. Any doubts related to the C's of decision-making or importance of decision-making? No doubts?
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll have the next session, that is increase your inner happiness. How to increase that? We'll be starting that next session in next 10 minutes. Have your break. Get back at 9:50. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.